Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. In today's episode I have repaired, rejuvenated and reupholstered and remodeled the seat in my Discovery 3. I know this video is going to divide all of you viewers out there. Some of you are going to think what a fantastic idea, and others are just going to think that is just an awful thing to do. And I know they're going to all be lots of comments, but that's fine. The reason I've done this is because my seat, like so many more of you guys out there, doesn't matter what Land Rover you've got, there's a good chance your seat is worn out and it's very expensive to replace the seat or even to get a proper repair done. And that is what this video is about. It's coming up with a solution that I know works. Well, now I know it works because I've done it, and I'm sitting on that seat right now and it is super comfortable. Before, I could feel the whole frame poking into my body where the foam had split underneath the original covers, and this video will show you how you can actually get a really nice, comfortable, bespoke fitting seat for your Land Rover. So bear with me, see what you think, give me some comments. I don't mind, it's not for everybody, but I do think this will be a great solution for a lot of you guys out there, so enjoy this one. Okay, so to get started, what we need to do is just work out exactly where we want to put our memory foam. So as I showed you before, we have got a really hard point here, which is the main reason why I've decided to do this. Now, no matter how much I manipulate that foam and try and drag it over, there's no way it's going to stay on there, so I definitely need to do something. So I'd like to have the support back that these seats originally gave, because this bolster here is flattened off. So the main areas I'm going to focus on are the bolsters here and here to hold me in, and also on the sides of my legs here and here. What I'm also going to do is potentially add a bit of memory foam on the seat cushion here and also in the seat back, because this is very spongy and I've actually lost my adjustment for my lumbar support, so there's not a lot of support in there either. But also what I'd like to do is actually give myself a little bit more support under my thighs, just near my knees at the front here. So I'm actually going to try and extend the material in the center there over the front. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, it's not torn, it's not ripped. Yours could be a lot worse, but this is just a really good, I hope, solution to enable us to sort of put new life into these seats without spending a fortune. And as you'll see, we've got enough room with those seat covers to have a nice tight fit when we're finished. Now, hopefully this is going to be one of those projects where, I mean, obviously I've never done anything like this before, but in my head it makes a lot of sense what I'm doing. I just hope it translates into a successful idea. So we're going to get our paper here and actually just try and do some templates. What I might do, don't really need it all the way to the top, so I think I'm just going to have it up to about there. Now, I've made it a little bit wider than it's going to need to be, and that is because when I put the seat cover on, it's obviously going to pull in the edges, hopefully, and make it nice and tapered, so it shouldn't just look like a brick underneath the material, because it is so soft, the foam. So this is what we're going to go for on here. Just going to trim that edge a little bit. What about the bottom now? Let's have a look at the base. So you can see there I've just drawn a rough sort of design and shape of the seat as it is at the moment. The support for the front here, where I'm going to extend it slightly to give me a little bit more support, and I'm going to have that curled over, so I'm going to glue it both on the front here and also the front edge to get it to wrap around, and that way I think I'm going to get the best result. This really has lost so much of its support, there's just nothing there. So I really think we can allow ourselves to have quite a big piece in here. So I've got my memory foam here. As I said before, it's an inch thick, so we might have to double up. But what we're going to do first is just draw some of these templates out. So I'm going to try and use the nice edges that I have on here already. Not massively worried about how accurate these are, because they will basically squish into place. You're not going to see a defined edge. So there's one. Okay, this is the fun part. So what we're going to do is actually lay some of these pieces into place, get them stuck down on here. And then we'll put some on here as well. So do give it at least 2 minutes to cure before you start contacting them together, and that will give you a much better chance of having good adhesion. So this is our second one. I don't know if you remember seeing the last video I did, but I mentioned how the fact that the Range Rover was just too nice. You couldn't do this to a Range Rover, that would be sacrilege, but for my Discovery 3, it's had better days, and so we're giving it a little bit of a chance just to redeem itself. So this has been on for about 2 minutes now, so I'm going to make sure I go right at the bottom. Oh, that's a good stick. Once we've got our seat cover in place, it's going to look brilliant. I can definitely feel the frame still there, so I'm going to have to double up on the foam. So you'll see I've given myself a little gap just in here so that we've got plenty of room to get everything in place. Go from the front. And I'm going to go right round the front here of the seat base. Now, I don't have to glue that in because that's nicely trapped between those two pieces. And right over the front. Nice bit of support on my legs. I can only just feel that frame. So it's doing its job. I wonder if I could even get away with not putting another one on. I think I'm going to have to put another one on, but it's so, I'm really pulled in. I don't think I need anything in the back, if I'm honest. Just something nice and simple like that. I think it's going to do it a treat. It might be worth, when you're doing this gluing, actually just to put the initial layer on the material, give it 30 seconds or so, let it cure, and then it's sealed basically the fabric, so it's not all going to soak into the fabric, and then just give yourself another little layer. So we get our second pieces, and we're going to be going for some additional bolstering just on this bit, and hope that our seat cover can pull tight enough on. There we go. When we get the seat cover on, it's just going to fold all these edges around and just be nice and tight, because those seat covers, invariably, they're so baggy, it's just not on, but this should get it sorted. So you can see here, this is where we got our knee, and you can see we've just basically extended the support a little bit. We could go more, but I think that's probably going to be okay for now. We've got our side bolsters, just to build that up again, and again we could go a little bit more on that depending on what it looks like with the seat cover on. Then we've got our main side bolsters, and these are the ones that really matter, and I can now only just feel that in there, so I think this is going to do the job and make it much more comfortable. So the seat covers we're going to be using are from Brickpart, and they're very well priced. There are other seat covers on the market, but do you know what, there aren't as many as there used to be. So there's a few from like companies such as Escape Gear do some really nice canvas seat covers. Exmoor Trim, unfortunately, I don't think do seat covers for the D3 anymore. I did find some on their site, but you couldn't, you know, access them and you couldn't buy them, so not sure about that. Also, the genuine ones from Land Rover are now discontinued. The thing about these seat covers is they are fully waterproof, which is great, but that does mean they don't breathe very well, so they can get a bit hot and sweaty. So moving forwards, there's a good chance I'm going to add some perforations, certainly into the seat back and the seat base, just to make sure that there's some breathability on that seat cover. But we're going to get them fitted now, see how good they are. They are supposed to be quite a nice tight fit, and that's what I really want. So yeah, let me get them started and you'll see just how easy it is to get them fitted. Okay, so I've definitely fixed the uncomfortable bit on my shoulder blade where it was hitting the frame. That's completely taken care of, and I do feel like I've got more support. I do feel comfortable. These have been in my cold car, you see, and you can just see they are very rigid. They're not a nice, soft, flexible canvas, but they are waterproof. You can see on the inside there, look, it's got like a plastic lining. So, you know, if you want waterproof seat covers, then 100% these are worth going for. And I just need to make sure that they're comfortable and basically breathe enough to allow me to enjoy them. But I've sat on it for a bit now. Let's see if it's taken a bit better shape. Yeah. And actually I've been sitting on there, it's warmed up and it's actually going soft already. So it'd be nice if these creases come out. Although it's not as bad as the other side, it has got quite a bit of wear on this passenger side here, but it's nice and intact, but it is dirty, and I've tried to clean them, really deep cleaned, but it just isn't coming out. So again, we're going to go over this one. The areas that I mentioned about tucking in, you've got to get your fingers behind here to tuck in the material, but there is a bar just there, if you can see that, so you can't tuck it too deep, but you can get it in and just get it out of the way. This is the panel that I was mentioning before. This just lifts up and then you can get access through there a little bit more easily for the straps. Look at the dirt in there. Oh, that is ropey. Okay, another sign that it's a working vehicle, but never mind. Right, let's get stuck in and get the second one on. So really happy with the repair. For the cost of the seat cover and the benefits of getting a seat cover, I think that's just made a massive difference. And the fact that I've got some extra support as well, customed to my body shape, again, really pleased with that. So I must be honest, the second one, the passenger side, did go on a lot more easily, mostly because I knew what I was doing, not because of the extra padding, although that probably did help a little bit. Now, this is one of those projects that was never guaranteed to work, but I did want to try and see if I could improve the comfort of the seat as it needed repairing, and I'm, yeah, 90% pleased with the results. So it is a lot more supportive, it's a lot more comfortable. It's nice to have that extra piece of foam under my legs as well, which I didn't think would make a massive difference, but it just does. Everything just feels a little bit more sculpted. Obviously I'm a big guy, so I need a bit of support, but you know, it is definitely an improvement, and I just think that is a much easier and more versatile solution than just trying to sort of cut open your seat or peel off the back of the seat there, which they were never really designed to be coming apart, these seats. So I think you're going to really struggle to get in there, make the difference and get them back together again. You'd have to probably take the whole seat out, and genuinely, are they worth it? I don't think so. I think what I've done is a better solution, just because I've managed to contour the seat to how I want it. I've made it so it's more comfortable, it's waterproof, it's cleaner, it's smarter. Yeah, pretty much it's a win-win for me. So that's about it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's just a very basic one at the moment. We'll be getting back into some bigger stuff soon. Definitely feeling a lot stronger after my op, and I'll be back to normal very, very soon. But for now, I'll leave that with you, and I'll catch you on the next one.